Hey, welcome back, guys, gals, and just guitar players all together. So, let's take a look at some blues, some really basic old school blues, right? This would be like a Muddy Waters, Catfish Blues, Rolling Stone, something like that, right? So, here's my A string. Pretty close to standard tuning. I tuned by ear today because I was playing drop. I dropped down a half step earlier, tuned right back up. So here's my E chord. Now this is primarily going to be based around the E chord, the major E chord. And like I said, it's an old school type of Muddy Waters, Catfish Blues type of lick that you can build around it with all kinds of different type of little runs and licks, right? So we're going to use that E minor pentatonic scale, right? And we're going to add some stuff to it if we want to, as long as it sounds good, right? So we're going to start off the lick by hitting that top string, that top E open, right? And then the bottom string, bottom E open. You're gonna. Then on your G string, you're gonna fret it to second fret, and you're gonna bend it up and back down. Then in your D string, hit a second fret. So far we're. So when I'm bending that G string up on the second fret, I'm actually letting off, and I'm just not like pulling straight out. I'm kind of like hammering off is what I call it, right? To the open G. Hear how that rings a little bit right there? So it's. You're going to grab your big E string on the third fret and bend it up to like that, to like the fourth fret sound, right? And then back down to fret it on the third fret and then hit it open. So it's. And after you hit it, bend it, you're going to hit that D string again on your second fret, right? Now, an alternative way to do that, if you don't have the strength in your fingers to do the bend up, right, especially in that G string, because it's different if you're bending in the middle of the neck. There's less tension, right, because you got more string on both sides. But you're real close to the nut there, so it's. So either use 2 fingers, 3 fingers, but when you pull off, make sure you pull it off to open. Or you can take. Here's another. Not a cheat, but an alternative way to play that, right? You're going to second fret to the fourth fret. And just slide up and back down to the second fret. And then hit your second fret on your D string. Now see, I slid too far that time, right? I slid to the 5th fret. You only want to slide from 2 to 4, right? Hear how that sounds? So here's with the slide. That's the 3rd fret. Ain't quite enough. We want it to. We want that right there. It's the 4th fret. So it's what's called a full step bend, right? A step meaning 2 frets, right? Half a step would be 1 fret bend. least that's how I learned it, and that's how I'm going to refer to it, right? Now that E bend it down. In most of the times, I find most of my students have it. It's a lot easier to bend down because you're pulling, right? It actually on that top string, there's no place to push it up to except for off the fretboard. So it only makes sense. Pull it down, right? See, that's a very familiar sound right there. We've covered that in a lot of other study courses, right? Hear that? I want you to practice that, right? So for some lead work in that, where it's all in a pentatonic E minor scale, is what I'm gonna say, right? So I would, let's see, if we go. That'd be a nice little. And what I used to do, how I would phrase my leads or my lick, especially in the older blues, I used my notes as like my vocals. So I'd like make up a words like, my brother John, da, 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 da. So just keep it in time. See, that lick there was out of time. Too many notes for the squeeze of the timing here, right? So it's take that, build on it, guys. It's your beginner blues type of lick that all blues players use and know. Many songs. I reference Muddy Waters, Catfish Blues. There's many different versions of that too. Get on the internet, get on YouTube, listen to that. I will tell you, in his live versions, he's tuned down just a little bit. He's a little flat in his tuning. It could be the recording, but from the way it sounds, it's tuned down not quite a half step, but like a chord. He's just a little flat, right? All across the strings. So with that, music is medicine for the mind, body, and soul. Don't never forget that, because someday the only relief we're going to have is in the shade of a tombstone. Please like, subscribe, and comment to my channel. It helps me build the channel to get the videos out to other people, to help inspire those people who have dexterity issues to continue to play their guitars and have fun with it. That's the most important thing. Have fun, guys. And with that, rock on.